All right, kerberos. Okay, this is for security, encryption, things like that. It's on a lot of computers, and it's a part of your life. Somewhere on your operating system you have some security. Most likely it is kerberos.
I have a question here. Are people using kerberos on their computers?
Yes, most likely, particularly servers
Okay.
use this. And there's the big reason is to have secure transmission of data back and forth between, say, like your workstation and a file server. Okay, say you're working for an insurance company, you got to pull up somebody's record. Okay, so all that information is kind of confidential, right? So you want to have a secure method of doing this. So I want to try to tell you a little bit how this works, and it's a little bit complex, but we'll try to get through it. Okay?
So would one say that this is something that's more designed towards companies as opposed to individual consumers?
Both. They're using both, and that light, yes, is pretty much transparent. So, all right. So kerberos is a methodical three-headed dog, okay? And it guards the gates of Hades, or maybe Gwinnett Tech, okay? But that's what it is, a three-headed dog. And the reason for that is there's three parts to this, okay? Now there's this user, you're like the user, right? And you got this other entity over here, and he's kind of composed, he's got like a couple guys in it. He's got it's really called the key distribution center. The key distribution center. And there's a, what I call it, I'm trying to explain this as easy as possible. But there's a key master. This is, I'm going to try to, okay, we've got this user, this key distribution center, and some sort of device or server out here, maybe like I said, a file server, okay? So we got this file server, and what we want to do is communicate first with this key distribution center, okay? When that happens, we're setting up a way for us to communicate with this file server directly, not through this anymore, but through here. And that's what takes away a lot of the work. If this guy had to do all this, he would be exhausted and he would fall over.
And why would we be so interested in this?
What's that?
Why would we be so interested in this? I'm being the audience.
Okay, why would we be interested in dividing up this workload? Because the way kerberos is designed is for the user to be responsible to communicate between itself and this another entity. So instead of going through here and then hop skipping over here, you don't want to have to keep doing this. You want to go direct, okay? Direct back and forth. So what happens is, the first thing it does is it sends a you log on and you send this special type of what could be called a key or a nugget or whatever you want to call it, that has a certain encryption in it, a bunch of ones and zeros, but it has a code in it for date and time. Now all this part has to occur pretty quickly, within 60 to 80 seconds, okay? Otherwise, the whole thing breaks down.
Are we talking now about the security keys?
Yes.
Okay.
So to make this little packet, you have to have the user log on, and it takes this security key and embed it in here, embedded data. But, okay, so then we transmit this packet here, up here to the key distribution center, okay? And this guy, he really looks it over. He says, oh, who are you? Okay. you're sending this, okay, we're all synced up in time, you got this. Okay, he will either accept or deny this, depending what this is. But this has to be pre-set up, okay? This is not like something that you can do. This is pretty high security, okay? So, okay, so it comes up here and says, all right, I had this other guy here called the authenticator, and he's going to, check this out, okay, and then if you check out, okay, we're going to send you a key back, okay, we're going to send you this key back, all right, and this key is called a ticket granting ticket. Ticket granting ticket.
Yeah, what is ticket granting?
Okay. Ticket granting ticket is, we're going to go through the same process again. This time when it sends this information back, it has other codes to it, okay? So he says, I want to connect to this file server, all right? Because that's what I really want to do. So he's going to send all this encrypted data back to this guy. He's going to look it over and says, okay, I sent you a ticket. You want me to grant you a ticket to go to the server, okay? All right. So now he sends back another key, okay? And he takes this guy over here to the user, all right? And he says, wow, we've done a lot here, okay? But we're on our way, okay? Pretty secure. He has to be sure that, this guy has to be sure that he's a user. He has to be sure that it's coming from the right source. So all this is set up in this code here, which will probably take several hours to go through, but we'll just keep it simple for right now. Now he has his key from this guy. He can make this kind of a key, and he puts this key into special memory, into the non-volatile section, which is ROM, right?
Right.
Into a special section of ROM, okay? And this is called the kerberos tray. The kerberos tray, or I like to call it the doggy bowl, okay? And the doggy bowl generates these keys, okay? Now it's going to send this key to the server, and the file server says, okay, yeah, you have communicated with the key master over here, with the key distribution and authenticator, and says, oh, you got this. We know who you are, everything is fine, what do you need? And you start transmitting data back, okay? So that's briefly how it works. The kerberos program is just a series of handshaking back and forth with authentication keys, things like that. But
And are credit card companies already using this type of system?
yes, it's typically that too. But without diving deeply more, this is basically how it works. There's no communication between these two guys, okay? No communications. All this, the workload takes place at the user part. Once this is established, okay, in the doggy bowl and its encryption data, the kerberos key is a timestamp, and generally lasts for about 8 hours when you go to work. After that, you have to go through this whole process again.
Okay, and how widely spread is this throughout the industry for credit card users and consumers, and how does it protect us any different from any other encryption
Now, there's
program?
a lot more out there. There's a lot more out there, but this is one method, and this is probably going to be in the networking part of your career if you ever get there. Network security, you'll run into this.
No, I'm saying I'm a consumer, and so I'm trying to find out, based on your theory with kerberos, how well does the system work already in the cyber world, credit card, and security?
From what I've read and researched, it works extremely well.
So a lot of companies are using this.
The only place that this is vulnerable, okay, is at the key distribution center. You had to be physically located in this room with all this equipment. That's the only way you're gonna break this.
Yes, Mr. Richard, the question I'm asking, sir, is that I want to find out, are companies already using this type of some cybersecurity or encryption across the board, or is this something that's still in development?
No, this is well defined. This is probably 15, 20 years old.
Okay, so there are companies
So
that's
there's
using
this-
this particular
Right, and
encryption
it's probably
service.
on like version 20 right now.
All right.
I think that's all the time we got, so thank you very much.
Thank you,
And,
class. Thank you for watching the video. And I hope we explained well.
What encryption is?
What
Is it
Kerberos
Kerberos.
security.
security?
Encryption.
Remember that.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Remember the three-head dog, okay?